Hey, would it be? It's your boy Dre OG. Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're rocking with the vibes and the content. Man, we got today these dirty facts about history that school probably did not teach you. Look, part one. Y'all already know it's a lot of shit they teach you. Like, yo, Dre OG is the dopest YouTuber in the world. You feel me? But look, it is what it is, man. I'll let them slide on that one. But now, on a serious note, man, hopefully y'all having a good day, man. Just know, if you're not, going through this thing called life together. Let's have a good time. Let's get it. Let's learn something.
30 facts about history that school probably didn't teach you, part 13. In the 1930s, there was a trend among colleges in the US where students would attempt to swallow as many live goldfish as possible. Eventually, they created the International Goldfish Gulping Association, in which the all-time champion Joe Diliberto set a record of sucking down 89 goldfish. For nearly 1,000 years,
Fuck that, man. Hey, look, man, we gotta address this shit. White people, stop. Y'all gonna start the video off like that? Stop doing fucking weird shit. We ain't do that at our schools. Like, goldfish, bro. Fuck.
many women in China intentionally mangled their feet from a young age as they believed that small feet were beautiful. A common hairstyle in 17th century Europe was the Polish plait, a gross, smelly mass of crusty, matted hair cemented together by pus, nits, and dirt. The hairstyle was believed to have healing properties and could supposedly protect people from illnesses. During the Iron Age in Ireland, a new king would be crowned in a ceremony in which he penetrated a horse in front of an audience. The horse would then be eaten for dinner by everyone who just witnessed them doing the dirty.
Greeks, Romans.
Oh, look, man, look. I was thinking penetrated means something. I thought it meant something else in front of everybody. Oh my gosh, Lord Jesus, help me.
And Spartans were really into anal for both sexes. Male warriors would do it as a sign of camaraderie and brotherhood, and women would do it before marriage as they only had to be vaginal virgins to get married. The first ever condoms were made of discarded animal parts, such as pig intestines and lambskin. Queen Victoria's oldest son, King Edward.
Hold on. Why would you put the pig intestines inside the sugar walls, though? Like, I'm not. Ooh, that's some shitty walls, right?
Edward VII had a love chair custom made for having sex with multiple people at the same time. The same chair later sold for $4 million. In ancient Greece, large peepees were a sign that someone was foolish or stupid, which is why many statues depict small peepees, because this was a sign of intellect. When Phryne, an Athenian on trial in ancient Greece, flashed her boobs to the court, the judges thought they were so perfect that they decided to spare her life.
Mayans made such horrible tasting alcohol that it was extremely common for people to just inject.
Hey, fuck that. Look, I can't let that shit slide. No, because they seen those black statues with them big ass swangs, and then, you know what I'm saying, they try to come up with their own shit that didn't work, bro. That don't mean intellect, bro. That ain't what that means. Stop it.
Into their butt so they didn't have to drink it. And guys, let me tell you, butt chugging gets you drunk fast. I mean, just look how happy this guy is. Ibrahim the Mad of the Ottoman Empire was obsessed with the genitals of a particular cow.
Wow.
So much so that he had a cast made of them in gold that he traveled with in hopes of finding a woman that matched. Eventually, though, he did find his Cinderella, which was a 350-pound woman that he nicknamed Sugar Cube. In the Elizabethan era, the word nothing was slang for vagina, coming from the idea that women had no thing between their legs. Therefore, Shakespeare's play Much Ado About Nothing is actually very much ado about fucking. In 17th century Europe, it was extremely common for nannies to give young boys a handy to help them fall asleep at bedtime. Mary Poppins could have been a totally different movie. Confessional booths were built by the church not for privacy, but to prevent priests from trying to have sex with the women who confessed their sins. Ancient Romans used a plant called silphium as an extremely effective contraceptive. However, they had so much sex that the plant actually went extinct. 16-year-old Thomas Granger was the first person executed in the US when he was hanged at Plymouth in 1642. His crime? Having sex with a horse, cow, sheep, 2 goats, 2 calves, and a turkey. I guess pilgrims did a little more than just eat the turkey on Thanksgiving.
Oh, I mean, shit, if you want to talk about that, we can get into a whole bunch of shit, like the picnics where they used to eat people that look like me and shit like that. But look, man, smallpox blankets, let's get into that history, please. Let's do tell.
In a battle between Egypt and Libya in 1182 BC, the commander of the Egyptian army ordered the PPs to be cut off the Libyan soldiers as proof of their defeat.
They were jealous.
Over 25,000 PPs of Libyan soldiers were collected. A famous ancient Greek doctor named Hippocrates would often taste his patients to diagnose them. And what would he taste, you may ask?
How's he tasting?
Anything from earwax, urine, and even vaginas to diagnose people. In medieval England, royal newlyweds had to have sex in front of all their family members and the entire royal court just to prove that their child was of royal blood. In ancient New Zealand, warriors performed a dance before battle called haka, and they were required to have a full erection while dancing in order to intimidate their enemies. Let's just say their enemies knew exactly what was going on. Much like small PP,
I be running away backwards, bro. Can't catch it to me and stick me in the hind part. Oh no, I'm good on that.
on guys, in ancient Greece, the unibrow was a sign of great beauty and intelligence in women. Huh. Oh, can you... After using the bathroom, ancient Romans used a sponge on the end of a stick to wipe their ass. And this same dirty sponge was shared by everyone in the community. Okay, this might be the one time that sharing is not caring. If you were found...
that's because, man, you got to understand that there's a lot of things that happen in history that they don't want to tell you about, like how people got civilized and stuff, like because they were doing shit like that, sharing the same, essentially the same tissue. They were all sharing that shit. Do you understand how you got civil? Man, come on, man. I need to break it down.
Guilty of adultery in ancient Greece, the husband of the woman with whom you committed the crime had the right to sodomize you with radishes. In the Middle Ages, beaver testicles were considered a delicacy, so they were hunted specifically for this reason. But beavers eventually started to realize this, so they began biting off their own testicles so hunters would stop chasing them. Part 7. The first vibrator in history was invented by Cleopatra. She filled up a hollow gourd with angry bees, causing the gourd to vibrate rapidly, and the rest is history. 4 different popes have died during or because of sex. 2 of a heart attack during, and 2 because they were killed by the husbands of the women that they had an affair with. Immediately after bussing onto his wife, the father of microbiology, Antoine van Leeuwenhoek, whipped out his microscope and observed sperm cells for the first time in human history. According to some accounts, King Tut was mummified with a boner.
If you have an erection that lasts longer than 2,000 years, please contact an archaeologist for immediate medical assistance.
I'm just saying though, how you know that? Like, what's your obsession with like penises? Let me know in the comments down below. What's going on? Is that good?
The man who created autopilot, Lawrence Sperry, tested it out by having sex on board with his lover. However, the two bumped the controls and crashed the plane. Part 4. King Herod had his wife's body preserved in honey after she died. He then proceeded to have sex with her dead corpse for 7 years.
Nigga, what?
Oh, honey. Albert Einstein.
Hold on. So you telling me the whole time he got that body soaking in honey, you telling me that the meat ain't fall off the bone and like hitting that thing, bro? A cheek ain't fall off the cup. You telling me that vagina ain't fall off the bone already? It's crazy.
Not only married his first cousin Elsa, but also cheated on her with over 10 other women. Catherine the Great hired full-time professional foot ticklers whose only job was to tickle her feet and sing her songs. Soldiers during World War I were so desperate to get off the battlefield that they intentionally tried to get STDs so they would be discharged and sent home. In the 17th century, there was a form of twerking called molding cockle-bread. It was the craze for young women at the time and turned the mundane actions of making bread into a sexual fun act. During the 1800s, women were prescribed cocaine tampons, and many believed it to be a particularly effective treatment for gynecological diseases. Egyptian pharaohs would masturbate into the Nile River to worship the gods and keep the river flowing and prosperous.
Oh no, you don't just bust a nut all in my water and... I mean, it's bad enough, you know, when people pee and contaminate shit, but bruh, which one would you take, man? Somebody peeing in the water or... I mean, I just take the pee, bro. Just go ahead and pee, bro.
The world's oldest joke dates back to 1900 BC and is about
drinking chunky water. I'm sorry, I had to get that one off. Niggas out here drinking chunky water. Hell nah.
a woman not farting on her husband's lap. Yes, the world's oldest joke is a fart joke. Famous composer Mozart wrote a masterpiece entitled Leck mich im Arsch, which translates to lick me in the ass. In 1910, New Jersey Mayor Arthur Whitaker invented a spanking squad for young offenders. The ancient Romans used to use urine as mouthwash, and not only did they swish around human piss in their mouth, they swished around animal piss too. King Tut's parents were most likely brother and sister, causing the king himself to have multiple birth defects. Dirty facts about history that school probably didn't teach you, part 2. A French president died from a blowjob. My man Felix Faure literally got his soul sucked out of him. He was both coming and going. The deadliest female serial killer in American history had murdered 35 people with an axe by the time she was 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
When the ruler of Poland, Jadwiga, was considering a marriage proposal from the Grand Duke of Lithuania, her peers were worried because it was rumored that he had massive genitals and would kill his wife on the wedding night. They ended up sending 2 spies to Lithuania to find out if it was true, and they came back and happily reported that there was nothing to worry about. Powdered wigs were originally invented to cover up head sores caused by syphilis. The first person to examine semen under a microscope was Antony van Leeuwenhoek, the father or daddy of microbiology. Dirty facts about history that school probably didn't teach you, part 1. Famous poet Edgar Allan Poe married his 13-year-old step-cousin at the age of 27. What are you doing, Step Poe? There is a legal—
Hey man, look, I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. It's a lot about this history that's not my history, that's just absurd and fucking crazy. You feel me? That shit is like, bro, that's almost demonic, the shit that they like do. You marrying little girls and bro, all these weird things that you do. You pass around the same toilet tissue and shit. That's insane, bro.
PP size in Iceland, and this comes from the Middle Ages where a man and a woman got married, and on their wedding night the woman was so disappointed with how small it was that she took him back to the church to get a divorce. And because of her, a law was made that requires you to be 3 inches to get married. During times of war, some armies would wipe their poop on their weapons so that when they stab their enemies, they get that extra poison damage. There are many letters between Benjamin Franklin and various women that suggest that he might have had a fart fetish. The person who wrote Frankenstein lost her virginity on the top of her mother's grave. Great writer, but terrible funeral manners. Dirty facts about history.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this up, bro. You can't make this up, man. Look, that's a crazy ass video right there, bro. You can't look. I don't even know what to say at the end of this one, man. I love y'all for sticking in there with me, man. I love these videos right here, man. New, refreshed. It's beautiful, man. But god dog. But I'll tell you this, man. A lot of the information that be on these videos, make sure y'all go do your own research, man, so you can decipher the information and see if it's true or not. So that's based on you doing your own research. If you're not gonna do that, I don't want to hear about what you think, bro. Go look this shit up, you know, and educate yourself. That's the first step. I'm not always right. You're not always right. We in this thing together. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all smash that like buttons. Have y'all notifications on always, so y'all can get these videos as soon as they drop. But I'll see you on the next one, though. Like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you on the next video. I'm out, though. Bye.